Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going all right.
Good, good. All right, looks like a few people are trickling in.
Cool.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well.
Thank you.
I was gonna go like audio only, and then I was like, I'll just do some weird ass like Instagram filter instead.
Blur
So
it.
it seems a little more like, you know, le less boring, more fun,
There you
more
go. Still
interactive.
move around in the back and we'll see your outline.
Yep, yep.
All right. Well, thank you for anybody that's joining. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment box. So did you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, well, I'll just introduce the music in the group called Weyward, and electronic music, hints of metal, hints of witch house, just trying to put a blend together that puts a lot of influences in uh, where I'm coming from musically, and loving a lot of the indie groups that are all over the place on Instagram, and trying to get in there with everybody else and make cool music and hopefully people hear it and enjoy it.
Exactly. Yeah, I love artists that like experiment with different sounds and it always usually comes up with the best sound and stuff. So, and how did you get into music in the first place?
Ooh, I've been into music for a very long time. Really got into music from my family. My parents were always listening to music. That's probably what a lot of people say, but older siblings who really introduced me to like rock and roll and the things that were not just on the radio in the car when I was a kid. And, so starting there and then just wanting to make music. Once I started hearing the things that people were doing, it was like, I want to do that. I want to make music. So it's been a lifelong thing, and with technology where it is now, it's a hell of a lot easier to make music than it was, back in the day when you had to go pay somebody in a studio to record one song and it took all day and it still didn't sound that great and all that type of thing. So,
Right. Yeah, you can definitely do a lot of it from your home now. So that's cool. Who were some of your influences growing up?
ooh, growing up, I mean, I was a big Metallica fan. I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
probably gonna age myself out a little bit. Um, Big Metallica fan, big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. And then obviously started getting more into the heavier side of things. I was a new metal kid,
Me
so
too.
yeah. So Corn and big fan of Orgy growing up. So yeah,
I bet you and I are like the same age, probably because I grew up with Corn and Orgy
most
and
likely.
all those new metal bands back in the day, Limp Bizkit,
Yep.
for sure. Um, and how did Wayward get started?
Oh, this was something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Just playing a heavier, darker style of music. I've played in various various groups over the years, and it was typically I'm a bass player by trade, and I was typically more into the funkier, more fun sounds, or weirder sounds, Primus-esque type stuff. But I'm a big metalhead, and I could never really find anybody that wanted to play the darker, heavier things that I wanted to play. Um, and so it was just time to do it on my own, and started putting it together, wrote a few things, and was really loving it, and gonna be releasing some more music real soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, love what you've put out already. It sounds really good.
Thank you.
Can I ask why? Why you don't show your face? Is it like,
That's a good question, and it's not necessarily like trying to, it's not like a marketing thing or like a gimmick thing. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that. On the for those that are doing that, it's less about me caring if somebody I don't know knows who I am. It's actually more about not wanting people I do know to know who I am.
okay,
So, we can dive into that further, but it's more of a like keep the identity anonymous for personal reasons with relationships. So,
I can see that. Definitely, yeah, definitely mysterious. Let's see. What all instruments do you play?
uh, on the music we're doing, I'm writing and recording everything, but a lot of it's electronic and programmed. Guitar and bass I play. I mean, I've dabbled in drums over the years, but nothing too great. And then I sing on all the tracks as well. Um, yeah, if we want to get really obscure, I've got a didgeridoo in the room here, and have gotten over the years relatively good with that. So all over the place musically.
Nice. So is it just you?
Yeah, yep. Just me on all the Wayward music. Yep.
Very cool. Yeah, we actually interviewed, sorry, I can't talk, interviewed this guy from Greece, and similar to you, he like did everything all himself, and it was just pretty much a one man band. It was cool to see.
It does make it a little easier. You don't have to find time to get together with everyone
Right.
else, but it's also takes a whole lot more effort to write and come up with everything. But it's like I said, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So
Yeah, awesome. Definitely do what you love and makes life a little bit easier, right?
yeah, of course.
Um, is there anybody you would want to collaborate with in the future?
Oh, anybody?
Anybody.
Yeah, plenty, plenty. I mean, probably the two main ones for me, if I could have like the dream collaboration, would be Chino Moreno or
Sick.
Ro Robert Smith. Obviously, that would be amazing. Um, yeah, those are the two that come to mind.
Very cool. And what is your creative process like when you're creating new music?
Uh, it's all over the place. It varies. Sometimes I'll be just learning a new scale mode on the guitar, and I'll just as I'm noodling around with that, I'll start writing guitar lines and decide I want to write something in that particular key with that particular mode. I mean, that's how um, the single that I just released called Light came about. It was just like new new music theory that I was learning and decided to try and write some lines around it. Um, there's going to be another track that'll come out on the EP that's going to get released later this year where, I was paying a little homage to This Is Spinal Tap and just wanted to write a song in the key of D minor because it's the saddest of all keys.
Mhm.
And, so there's one coming out there. So it varies just based on if I have like a weird idea like that, or sometimes a drum beat will come into my head, and so one of the tracks on the EP I wrote on an airplane because like a beat just kind of came into my mind as I was sitting there flying home and just kind of threw it down, um, in GarageBand while I was on the plane and comes from there. So it comes from all over the place a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I know we interviewed this rapper in Canada, and he was talking about how he used to be like a dishwasher at a restaurant, and he'd be like washing the dishes, and like he'd get a beat from washing the dishes, and just like he'd have to like run off and like get his phone, like put it in real quick. Like
Yeah,
you can definitely get inspiration from anything.
definitely. That's the best music when it's just inspired and you're not forcing it, I think.
Exactly. Is there a song of yours that means the most to you and why?
Yeah, I mean, I think this the single that I just released called Light. It was actually the first song I wrote in this project, and it was kind of the one that got me realizing I wanted to write and record a bunch of stuff. And realistically, it's part of the reason why I kind of am blurred out right now because it's very much geared towards losing faith and leaving a religion.
Mm,
And I grew up in a very strict, maybe culty religion, and have left, and it's kind of like the whole idea of the fear of the things that you think you're gonna lose when you leave a group or a religion or you lose that faith. And so yeah, it's a song that means a lot to me, for a whole lot of reasons.
yeah. There definitely seems to be a lot of people that have struggled with, you know, growing up in different religions that, you know, they've had a hard time dealing with, and a lot of people definitely turn to music to cope with that. So,
Definitely. I mean, it's one of those things that I think I've dealt with it. I think I've worked on it, but as I've started writing and recording this music, yeah, there's a lot there to still get out and work through. So this has been it's been a good thing, and I'm excited to get the rest of the music out.
yeah, definitely. That's what I love about music too. Like as an artist, for you, it's an outlet to get it out, and as a consumer, you know, a lot of times we can relate with the music you guys are making, and definitely comes full circle, and it's like one huge community. That's what I love about it.
Absolutely.
So obviously, with the not showing your face, are you planning on like doing any shows or anything like that?
I would I would love to. I definitely would need to put together more people. I don't necessarily wouldn't want to do something just on my own.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it could still work, and I've definitely had a lot of thoughts around how it could work, and it would be great. It's just a matter of finding the right people, and like I said, right now it's just me because I haven't been able to do that yet. So.
Right, exactly. Do you have any upcoming music?
Yeah, so like I said, just released a single last Friday called Light out on all the
Mhm.
streaming services. Got a 6-song EP that I don't have a release date on yet, but planning on end of the summer, early fall. Just got to finish up a couple more small things and then, get it out with the distributors and get it out to all the streaming services. So definitely coming soon, and we'll be putting out some teasers and some new sounds and other songs that are coming with it soon.
Very cool. We can't wait to hear it. What is the best advice that you've ever been given? Can be music related or life related, just anything.
Uh, oh, I think the best advice I've ever been given was um, go on vacation. Like
Good advice.
maybe even maybe even if like you shouldn't and you can't afford it, you still just gotta go and you gotta get away and you gotta enjoy the world.
Sometimes you just gotta live.
Yep.
You Yeah,
Yep.
I agree with that. Life can be so stressful sometimes. You just got to get away.
Absolutely.
What do you do for fun outside of music?
Oh, for fun outside of music, big horror film buff.
Yeah.
Love watching horror films. So that's like a year-round thing, not just in the fall.
No, yeah, yeah. Horror. There's never a season for horror. You can watch it all.
Yeah, yeah, anytime, anytime. So definitely that. Um, you actually, and myself and my family were actually big into like musical theater. So we'll
Cool.
go see musical theater, and I know that's a big shift away from like,
Metal
metal
and
music and
horror.
horror films and then musical theater, but there's some great stories and some great things to learn, I think, from seeing some of those stories. So those would be two of the big things.
That's awesome. Is there anything you've ever wanted to try or learn that you haven't done yet?
Oh, it's a really great question. I think if there's anything that I would like to learn, especially if we're talking music, I play a lot of instruments and I've dabbled on the drums, but I would love to be like a good drummer. I really, really enjoy seeing someone who can just sit down at the kit and play amazing, you amazing songs on the drums, and I would love to be able to do that. I don't think it'll happen though.
Hey, you never know. What's funny is in high school, I took drum lessons. I don't think I was very good, but I mean it was fun. Like I think I was too wanting to do other things, like never practice, and I wanted to do like go hang out with my friends or whatever. But if I could go back, I would definitely take more time to learn the drums because it is fun. It's definitely a way to get aggression out. So
Yeah, as it goes with like the teenage brain, right? You're like, I don't need to do this. I want to go hang out with my friends. And then
exactly.
like you actually fully evolve your brain and you're like, oh man, I really should have like done those things that I wish I could do now. So,
Right? Hindsight
yep.
is always 2020. All right, and back to the horror movies. What are some of your favorite movies?
Oh, okay. Big big fan obviously of the Halloween franchise.
Yes.
Big fan of the Scream franchise.
I'm
Um,
actually when Ice Nine Kills Halloween.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Very nice. Um, I think indie horror right now is really good. I actually think a lot of the indie horror film productions that are coming out in the last few years are better than a lot of the like studio films. So there's a film that came out a couple of years ago called Deadstream. Very good film. It's kind of like a Evil Dead meets the Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
Like a
that does
guy,
sound interesting.
yeah, a guy who's like an influencer streams a night in a haunted house and all the craziness that comes along with it. Hilarious, scary, awesome. There's a film that just came out this year called Late Night with the Devil. Also, fantastic kind of low budget indie film. So, um, yeah, I feel like the indie filmmakers are killing it right now. No pun intended.
Yep, and we have a comment. Terrifier. Yep, I love the Terrifier franchise. Can't wait for the new one.
Yes, Terrifier. Art the Clown is just one of the creepiest for sure.
Right? Yeah, it's funny because like when I was younger, I was always scared of like Pennywise. Yeah, I remember watching Pennywise or watching it when I was young, when it like used to come on TV and you'd be watching and you shouldn't be watching it and you're like, what if I keep watching this for a few more minutes and then you get terrified? And now it's like
Yep.
one of my favorite movies, but it used to scare the crap out of me when I was little.
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember getting scared by a lot of things when I was little, and then didn't watch horror movies for a long time, and then um, now it's like can't get enough of them. So
Exactly.
yeah.
What was the first concert you ever saw?
Ooh, first concert I ever saw, Jimmy Page and Robert Plant.
Oh, very,
Um, yeah, on tour together. It was fantastic.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yep.
mine's not metal at all. So my first concert was in sync because Again, I grew up in the 90s. So.
Very nice. Very nice.
What is your favorite restaurant?
Hmm. Favorite restaurant. Here's the problem. I live in an area that doesn't have a whole lot of great restaurants.
Hmm.
So, uh, uh, I mean, any type of like local Mexican food is gonna be where I'm at, I think.
Nice.
So,
So I know you're in the same time zone as me. What state are you in?
uh, in Utah.
Utah. Okay.
Yep,
That
yep.
explains the religion thing.
Yeah, if you couldn't guess, if you couldn't guess. Yep.
I'm in New Mexico, so we're somewhat close.
Very nice, very nice. I was in New Mexico just a couple months ago.
Nice. What
Just,
were you here for?
just hanging out in Santa Fe.
Hanging out in Santa Fe. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Very. I've never been to Utah, so I'll have to come up there sometime. We actually just interviewed Acacia Ridge from Utah like a couple months ago.
Oh,
I don't know
very
if you
nice,
heard of them, but yeah.
very nice.
Does pineapple go on pizza?
If it's fresh, yes. If it's out of a can, absolutely not.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound remotely good, but yeah, that's always like a big a big question that everybody's like either you're very for it or totally against it. It's like no in the
Y-
middle.
Yeah, if you asked me like 10 years ago, I'd have been like definitely not, but um I was probably always, eating garbage pizza with terrible pineapple on it. So,
That's true. Yeah, apparently there's some really good pineapple pizza up in like the Pacific Northwest area with like Alfredo sauce that I've told I need to try, but I don't know. I don't know. I just can't do the fruit on the pizza. Can't vibe.
I mean, I get that. I'm typically not a warm fruit type of person. I hate pie unless it's not a fruit pie.
Yeah,
But I can eat pineapple on pizza. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it and then maybe I'll love it. I don't know. Anyway, next question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, superpower. I think it would be teleporting. I
It's
hate
a
how long
lot.
it I
Yeah,
yeah, I want to see everything and I want to go everywhere and I don't want to have to take the time to get
I
there.
agree. I love to travel and I just hate the time it takes to get there, whether you're driving, even if you're flying, you still got to get to the airport like 2 hours ahead of time and sit there and wait and it's just
Yep.
not good.
Yep. Terrible.
Plus then you got to
Terrible.
deal with all the crazy people and
Mm-hmm.
I would love to teleport. Make
Yep.
life so much easier.
Yeah, that's got to be it for me.
Definitely. All right. Well, I think that was most of my questions. Did anybody in the chat have anything, or is there anything else you want to talk about music wise?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it.
Well, let everybody know where they can follow you at, stream your music.
Yeah, if you actually go to Wayward Music, Weyward music.hearnow.com, that's kind of going to be your landing page for all of our different streaming services. You can find us on Instagram, Wayward Music. All the links will be in our bio there. We're on YouTube. Um, yeah, so you can find the music anywhere, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have a release date for our EP.
Very cool. Well, this has been fun. It's been fun chatting with you. And yeah, let us know when the new music comes out and we'll definitely help promote it.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All
See you,
right,
everyone.
thanks. Bye.